I would prefer a thicker piece of glass than this, but I couldn't be bothered going outside and getting one. We'll get a piece of 240 wet and dry. And, oh, actually, no, I'll use this. You can use kerosene, but this is WD-40 that the top's broken off of. So I'll just put some of that on there. That'll be fine. Oh, take the blade out, clean it all up. Now, what I do here when I'm doing this to the sole, if you do it like that, you can get it dead flat and it'll look lovely, but then when you put your blade back on, and the cap iron, the clamp, and you pressurise it, it can distort the base. So what I've got there is the blade is nowhere in sight, but it's in there, and there's not a cap iron. The lever cap is on. Now I just put that on a piece of glass. As I said, normally I'd have a bigger bit of glass than that. You can have the mouth open or shut, it really doesn't make that much difference. And then you just gently go around. On a bigger piece of glass I would have bigger movements, but that's just a figure of 8 I'm doing there in circles and backwards and forwards. The other way, circles, circles, figure of 8. Turn it around on the side, figures of 8 on the other side. If we wipe that off, there we go. All nice and clean, and that's all nice and flat. If you want to, you can clean the sides up. Don't take for granted that the sides are square, because it's my experience in most cases they're not. So sometimes it's handy to, if you've got a small machinist square, just run that over the side to check for squareness. Okay, now how long did that take? Not very long, but I brought that plane back up. And I haven't used that plane for at least 18 months, maybe 2 years. It's just been sitting up in the top shed. That's as blunt as. So we might, we'll go the whole hog, we'll sharpen it as well. We'll strip it right down. This blade adjustment, I much prefer this to the old-fashioned way of hitting them with a hammer. Seem to get a much more accurate adjustment. There's all the parts. So, get a bit of candle wax, and you rub the thread like that with the candle wax. You don't have to go all the way around, but I like doing it. These little slides here, just scratch a little bit of wax in there. That'll help it slide a lot easier. Put it in. When you're screwing it in, don't just screw it straight in. Screw it in a few turns, out a couple, back in, out. That way you're getting that wax all the way on the thread. You don't have to take it all the way down, because you're never going to have it all the way down. But I would take it down past where you'd normally have it. Same here, on these slides here, make sure they're clean. Just pop a little bit of wax in there. Just rub it along the screw thread like that and along the running edges. If you want to, you can put it a little bit under there. Pop that through. Make sure it runs smoothly. Adjustment knob. And that's got a lever on it, so just make sure everything runs nicely. Might as well, anything with a screw thread, put a bit of wax on, it's not going to hurt. I can't find my good strop. I don't know where it is. Okay, so now we put it in, you pick which hole you mount in. With these block planes, it's an exception to the rule. The bevel goes upwards. In the majority of planes, the bevel goes down, but this is what they call a low angle block plane, and the bevel goes up. So you pop that in there like that, put this on the top. Because we've moved everything, I'm going to have to retension the lever cap. About a quarter of a turn, I reckon. That should do. And then we screw that blade down. You can see it starting to come out. I'm going to open that mouth right up so I don't actually contact the mouth. And now I can close that mouth up. I like a really, really fine cut on these. That might be too fine, but we'll see. Hang on, let me get a bit of timber and we'll bung it in the... Oh! We'll bung it in the vise and see how it goes. Which way's the grain going? Pretty darn straight, that. Look at the other one. That one, that's the one we want. There you go. So that's how you tune up a block plane.